You co-own this league with Matt Joyce, who is a major leaguer with the Oakland A's now. How did that all come about? How did you guys team up to create this league?
Most people don't know that, but we're almost best friends. I would say my brother and I and him went to school together from a very young age.
Down in Florida.
Down in Florida.
Up together.
So we graduated from the same high school, played on the same team. So we've been good friends for a very long time. Ate at the same lunch table. So it wasn't anything like last minute where he just decided to. He's playing baseball right now. He loves baseball. I was just on the phone with him a little bit ago, actually. But he loves baseball, and he's also a businessman. He doesn't know when his baseball career is coming to an end. But his way to give back to baseball was just like, I'm getting into, when you're at that level of baseball, you get involved in all these business opportunities, whether it's, real estate or this or that and the other. And he sees one of his best buddies and a couple of his best buddies involved in something that he loves and he's passionate about, baseball. And he just, one day he said, you know what, you guys have done phenomenal. And just it's so difficult to try to run one team. Like if you were the owner or just the director, and you don't have to own, you decide to run a youth team, a travel ball team, or some kind of college team is so difficult. So imagine running an entire league and organizing everything to the T, and it's really difficult. Most people won't understand. And so I'm very grateful for my younger brother as well, Jerry. He's our VP of baseball for the league, and he's one of my main person in the front office, pretty much. But he sees me doing all this and all this work trying to get the league up and running. So when his career came to an end, he said, I'm on board. I wanna help, and I can help you with this, and this. And he's very talented, and he helps us with a lot of our marketing, a lot of our web production, a lot of our web designs. This logo right here. This is all things of that nature, and plus all the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes on in the front office. I'm very fortunate to have my own brother working alongside me. And so Matt Joyce, who's a dear friend of ours, said, I want to help as well. So he helps us. Obviously, he can't be here on day-to-day operations, so he's not like an operating manager every single day, checking out how things are going. But he helps us in the sense where he understands that it costs a lot of money to do this, and if we're not selling enough tickets or we're not getting enough sponsors, he's in a position where sometimes financially he contributes, and he became a partner that way. He's like, I just want to help keep the league alive. The last thing I want is because you're running out of a little bit of money for something so great that you're doing for community, and something so great you're doing for these young men that are pursuing their dreams instead of ending up in the streets or getting into God knows what. We're keeping them with a positive dream, in a positive path, and that's a dream for me. I can die a happy man because I feel like I'm devoting so much to these young men. Back when I was pursuing the same dream, I had to sleep in cars and go to tryouts and I had to invest in myself so much just to try to survive. And finally, I made it into a big elite league in the Midwest called the Frontier League, and I lived that dream for many years. And I was an 8-9 year professional baseball player myself. 5 of those years I spent in one of the best leagues in the country called the Frontier Professional Baseball League, and so I've been through that grind. I said, you know what, I can help with this process because these guys don't have a place to play and they're grinding it out to try to make one of those leagues. Why don't we put a league together that keeps these guys actively playing and being developed as professionals so that they can be ready for those leagues? Where has that been? That doesn't exist anywhere. And I was sitting in the passenger seat of my brother was driving, and it just the thought came in, and I said, you're gonna be running a league. That's what you need to be doing. Help these young guys out. Don't worry about everything else that comes with it. You go out there and you make, this must have been God talking with me. I say it every day, and here we are in year number 2.
And Jerry did play with the Angels in the major leagues.
Jerry played with the Angels. He got to big league camp. That was the highest he was able to achieve as a middle infielder, and it's a tough business.
A lot of competition.
It's a lot of competition.
So you mentioned it is low budget. You need to find fan support. Ticket prices are pretty good.
Very inexpensive. We make it affordable for everyone because we just want them to come and have fun with us. And this fun shouldn't just be for me. It's for everybody to come and watch some good baseball and just support the cause. These guys need they're not eating filet mignon every night. They're not the budgets are for them to just, we provide them with great housing. We provide them with great meals every single day. So much of the money that I go and find is devoted to that. That's
the
plan
expenses.
to pay. Yeah, and so I'm not out there, driving a BMW convertible. I mean, Mr. CEO. No, I'm just a regular guy. I just work hard and go out and find a lot of funding, and 100% of it goes right back to them. And I put it into the league. I put it into these expenses, and they're very grateful for it. The guys are grateful for it, but they're not making a lot of money, so that's why it's important to be able to to go out and find those little sponsors who are going to help us get them easier transportation from one location to the next. The side expenses, not so much the primary stuff, but we can never have enough help, and
Right.
so yeah.
And so they're living in the dorms for this first year. Maybe for the second year in your other teams, you look for host families.
Yes, but it's a very common practice anywhere you go, even in affiliated baseball, whether you go watch a AA team or a single A team or any other sport, minor league hockey, everywhere you go, soccer, basketball. If international players come in or national players come in, anywhere, wherever you're stationed at this level of professional sports, it's common practice where players come in and they're part of a home community, hometown. Most teams kind of develop a program, some sort of boosters club that helps them get fed every night or helps them, have housing while they're there to try to pursue their dreams and keeping these guys on a positive road. And so, yes, it's a very normal thing to build a program, a host families program, where you get 10 to 20 families that are rewarded with season tickets and merchandise and fun stuff in exchange for, just providing them a place to sleep. And normally that doesn't cost anything, so that's a huge savings for the franchise. Unlike me, I have to, can't even say the number I'm spending to just to house them. But yeah, it's common practice to find host families, and players, they stay with their families, and it really becomes their own. I'm still very close throughout my career with my host parents from when I played, and they literally still treat me like a real son to them. They send me gifts, birthday cards, you name it. I'm still, family to them, and they're family to me.
So are you looking for families in the Plattsburgh area for next year to start taking
Absolutely.
players?
We want this to be a forever thing. I didn't do all this to be a one-year thing and done and over with. I want this to be the birth of a baseball franchise and the birth of a baseball tradition in the North Country, up here in this area, that can last forever. As long as I'm alive, or even when I'm done, I can pass the baton to someone else. But we want to build a tradition that stays here, and hopefully maybe we can even build a nicer little stadium with lights and, or maybe that one, but you just never know. Right now we're just going with what we have. But we want this to be the birth of something very special that's forever. There's no time period on this. Right now we're going year by year. We got to be able to survive, but that's the goal. That's the idea.
Plattsburgh does have a history of amateur and semi-pro leagues dating back many decades. There were times when you would have thousands of people on Sundays coming in to watch players. And is the hope that that you might see that again? Do you think Plattsburgh is still a baseball town?
Of course. I believe Plattsburgh is the best baseball town I've seen doing what I'm doing now, pursuing this type of organization and establishing these type of franchises just so that we can provide the guys the opportunity to play ball. This is the dream. This is the ideal location. I mean, if I could find 3 or 4 more towns like Plattsburgh, and that's where we put teams, and you have rivals, and the guys play with one, compete against one another, but at the same time, they know that they're part of a great program that's helping them, and that they understand and appreciate. This program is to help me get to that next level. This isn't the major leagues, and they should never think about it that way. They should understand my job is to do good, be a good member of the community, be a positive influence to the youth here, develop as a professional. Now that I'm molded and I'm ready, I deserve to go to that next level league, and so forth, or maybe even a major league affiliated organization. So yeah, Plattsburgh, dream. I mean, I'm so in love with this town. I already told my wife, you might consider moving up here, huh? We've been down in Florida. My wife's from Florida, so I live down in Florida. But I'm allergic to the snow, though. I have a little problem with the snow.
A lot of Floridians are, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can handle the cold weather that much, but I absolutely love it up here. My son just wants to go. He sees the beauty in the lakes and the trees and his drive in and out of the ballpark every single day. To him, this is paradise. And it really is. This is an amazing, amazing town, amazing city. So, yeah, I would love it to get back to that. I mean, it's not necessarily like we have to have that to survive. We're just proud to be, a historical part of baseball and pro baseball in the community. And we are, glad that our ancestors, those programs that were there before, were there and build a tradition here. So we just want to be build a new tradition, build a new, what's new, because if not, then, somebody else will. We don't have baseball, I guess,
Yeah. 4 teams for now. Do you see the league expanding, or is 4 teams just about right?
Yeah, right now we're at 4 teams that I can handle and manage as far as the league operations go. But the ideal goal is, obviously, we're not trying to go crazy and have a ton of teams, but the ideal would be, the good idea would be to stay at 6, maybe no more than 8 teams as the league grows, just to have 6 or 8 teams, that a couple of divisions that make it really competitive, and it also provides the opportunity for more young men. Right now I got to keep a limit. You got to stay within the frame of where it's fitting for 4 teams. But when you have 6 teams now, there's more players, more players in our region up here, or more players throughout the country that have more of an opportunity, because now they can be a part of a team too. So yeah, we're looking to expand in the next year or so, and we'll keep you posted on that.